I'll tell you when. All right, who are you? What's your name?
Zac Feist.
Yep.
What do you, that's my name. I'm Zac Feist. I don't know what you want from me.
Let's just talk about, what happened on Monday, November 19th.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, honestly. I don't know what happened. Apparently, I was kicked out of VSL.
For what?
Some kind of prank, I guess.
Oh, it was totally Zac. It was 100% Zac. Who else would do it? Zac.
I think that there's only one person capable of that much destruction in one sitting, because this is not like it happened over a course of time. No, somebody had the time and the energy to add just enough chaos to bother everybody and get in the middle of a perfectly good work day. And that person is Zac Feist. So yes, 110%, I believe that Zac Feist trashed the cave.
He's got in trouble for doing stuff like that before. He's been suspended before. It's totally Zac. He's the prankster. There's no one else that would have done it.
Oh, I'm tired of being pranked by Zac. I'm so glad he's gone. He needs to be suspended.
I mean, he tagged my car. He, constantly was always flipping things upside down in the office, in the cave area, or just moving things around my desk. And we just know, I'm not a person, I only have a fuse, this short when it comes to pranks. And it was the last straw. Him destroying Christmas. I mean, I love Christmas. Christmas is the best, and we all know he's not the biggest fan of Christmas. It was Zac, and we just, it was the last straw, and we needed him to confess. He had to be suspended. He had to realize, the grievousness of his actions, and finally fess up to it. After all these years, he crossed a line. Christmas, crossing a line there. So we just had to suspend him for it.
I did not destroy the cave. I didn't.
The case results seemed pretty set. Zac was their guy. But the lack of investigation made us interested in diving in and finding the truth, knowing they may have already found it. But the question is, did they? To start, we had to lay out the timeline. Tuesday, November 6th, Sarah Jane decorated the cave, VSL's intern room, for Christmas. This photo shows them in the cave at 4:15 decorating the cave. This is the room that would be destroyed. 12 days later, the room was in perfect condition as VSL students hung out in the cave after service. On Monday afternoon, Hillary made this video celebrating Sarah for her amazing job decorating. So from 2:45 on Monday to 11 a.m. on Tuesday, when Sierra and Kyler discovered the cave in shambles.
Everything was flipped upside down, everything was ripped, torn apart, all the Christmas decorations were on the ground, and we spent so long putting them together, and it does not look like Christmas anymore. Santa and Jesus are not happy, either one of them.
So this is our official time that is unaccounted for. This is the time frame someone destroyed the cave. But what's the evidence, saying that you didn't, Zac?
I didn't. I don't know. I didn't. I can't. I have no explanation. I just didn't do it.
This answer doesn't help him any, so we decided to try and help him out. According to Hillary, these are the reasons Zac was blamed for the vandalism. First, Zac has a history of pranking. He pranked Pastor Jerry, pranked the old youth pastor so much he had to leave, tagged Hillary's car, and a month before the vandalism, Zac Feist struck in the cave and flipped the tables and put yarn all over Hillary's office.
Zac, why did you feel like you needed to do this? Thanks. So welcome to my office, courtesy of Zac Feist.
Second, Zac hates Christmas, especially when people forget Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yeah. Hey Rachel, what is your most favorite holiday? Like, what holiday are you most looking forward to?
Dude, Christmas, man. I freaking love Christmas.
Daniel, what about you?
Christmas. No. 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 It's not even Thanksgiving yet. You can't be talking about Christmas yet. It is Thanksgiving. It is time for Thanksgiving. Do not talk about Christmas yet. It's, what is it, October? No! It is time for Thanksgiving.
I love Christmas.
Thanksgiving. No. Thanksgiving. No, Thanksgiving is first. Thanksgiving is first. Thank you very much. Thanksgiving. All right.
Christmas!
I don't hate Christmas. I believe that it's been turned into something that it shouldn't. And that's the part that upsets me.
So you hate what Christmas is now?
Yes.
So would it be fair for them to assume that you would destroy all the decorations because of how much you hate Christmas?
I mean, I understand it, and like, yeah, I'm the first person to take down the Christmas ornaments every year, but that's typically because it's like February.
Third, his hat was found lying in the cave floor. And lastly, he was at the church during the time frame. Monday, November 19th at 6:05, Zac is seen being led in the church during closed hours. He is never seen leaving the way he came in. This evidence doesn't look good for Zac. But when you pay close attention to detail, most of them are debunked. First, his pranking history. Surprisingly, this is the biggest evidence against him. This looks like a Zac prank. It's borderline vandalism. This prank is more on the lines of destruction. But after all of his pranks, he always cleans them up and always claims it. This time, he didn't. Second, Zac also hates Fernando and Gus, VSL's angelfish. If he did this, why didn't he kill the fish like he's always wanted to? So there's also this rumor that you hate the angelfish and have been heard saying that you want them dead. Is that true? Or?
I mean, yeah, I hate the angelfish. They suck. All they do is like kill every fish that we put in there. I've spent $34 on fish, and they've all been eaten except for one. Yeah. And it's because of those dang angelfish. But yeah, like I don't want them there, but I'm not gonna go kill them. Like they're fish, and they're trapped in a little glass box. Yeah. They don't have a chance. So
you think it's, if this was your chance to, mess with the fish, this would have been a great opportunity. But the thing is apparently the aquarium was untouched. If you were there, would you have messed with the aquarium? Would you have inconvenienced those angelfish in any way?
Given a chance, I may have made it a little bit harder on them to survive. Yes.
but it was untouched.
There you go.
Hillary's third point against Zac is probably the easiest to debunk. Based off surveillance footage, Zac didn't walk in with a hat, so it easily could have been in the cave for a while. So this point, we believe is irrelevant. But the biggest piece of evidence, the surveillance footage, we couldn't quite figure out. All right, Zac, so just tell us your side of the story. So you got in the church.
I was let in.
Was it closed?
No, I got let in.
But the doors were locked.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone let you in.
Yeah. So I walked to go get my guitar out of the youth room. Like, I never even went in the cave. So, but I got.
So you were there the day that this supposedly happened?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It could have happened the day before. I don't know. I went to get my guitar out of the youth room, and after that, I went outside, got in my truck, and left through the commons doors and drove up north to my farm.
The commons exit would make sense. It's an exit on the side of the church near the cave, so it would make sense for Zac to leave that way. Also, it makes sense why he didn't show up on the surveillance cameras, since that particular exit has no surveillance cameras on it. So Zac could be telling us the truth, and he might have left through the commons exit. And so you were there with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one thing. And then, do you have any pictures of you and Kayla at the farm? The picture of Kayla and Zac at the farm verifies Zac's story even more. But not knowing what exact time this photo was taken makes it to where Zac could have easily still vandalized the cave. So our goal was to figure out what time did Zac leave. And without the time of the photo, it left us with a big hole. That was until we paid close attention to the surveillance footage. So if anyone saw Zac leave, it would have been fellow VSL intern Daniel Paulson. Daniel Paulson works at the church facilities, so before anything, we have to consider him a suspect. But the kind-hearted Daniel Paulson made it really hard to find a motive, especially when he works to clean up the place that got destroyed.
One of those types of people is like...
Alright, so Daniel, do you know who did this to the cave?
Wasn't it not Zac?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's who they suspended, but do you know who did it? Like, do you know personally that he did it?
No, I don't know who done it. So Zac came, and I let him in, and I had to run back to the youth classroom to get finished setting up the room and stuff with the chairs and all that. And supposedly he went to grab his guitar.
Did you see him go and get his guitar?
No, I did not. I saw him walk out with his guitar. I said bye, and he did not hear me, supposedly.
Yeah, so did he... So you did see him with his guitar?
Yes.
And did he walk out like through the commons?
I have no clue.
But did he walk down that direction?
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't see him go into the cave or anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So after that, did you just finish setting up chairs?
Yeah, I just finished up setting up chairs, and I didn't think of anything
of it. You didn't?
Yeah.
Okay. This testimony is huge for Zac. It matches his story, and honestly just makes us believe even further there is no way Daniel did this. But as we tried to determine if anybody else was in the cave, Daniel's innocence helped us find our next possible suspect. Alright, so Daniel, at that time the church was closed, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so, were all the doors locked at the time? Is that typical protocol for the church? All the doors are locked?
Yes.
And so, you know for a fact that if anybody were to get in, they'd have to go through the front doors, correct? Or is there any other way that someone without a key could get into the church?
Supposedly, you can actually go through the garage to the warehouse by just pushing it up. I was told that by Matthew Louder.
Oh, so you've never done it? But Matthew Louder told you?
Yes.
And VSL Matthew Louder, correct?
Yes.
Great.